Greetings, peace, everybody. What's going on? This your girl Tiffany coming through right here live in effect. So today's topic is going to be about the sororities. All right. So one of the sorority that was founded today on November the 12th of 1922 in Indianapolis, Indiana, is Sigma Gamma Rho. Sigma Gamma Rho was founded on this day. So shout out to all the sisters out there that's in the sorority organization, especially those who are in the Sigma. Shout out to you guys. You know, I hope you guys have a good celebration. Celebrate your anniversary. Be safe. Whatever you gotta do. But let's go ahead and get into the topic. And peace to the brother in the chat. Thank you for coming in. Go ahead and share this video. Hit the notification bell. Subscribe to the channel. Do what you have to do, all right? So let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see right here, the photo, these are the founders of the Sigma Gamma Rho organization, okay? Mary Lou Little, Vivian Mulberry, Nanny Mae Johnson, Hattie Mae Redford, Dora Whiteside, Bessie Martin, and Kubina. I can't see the person's last name, but all seven of these seven women founded the organization in 1922. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the story about it. So there's a lot of things that I'm going to cover. I'm going to cover up on the history. Then also I'm going to cover up on the controversy and the stories behind the whole incidents that done took place with these organizations, because we got to look at the bad side of it too. So right now, I'm just going to go ahead and get started with the history. Okay, so give me a second. All right. Okay, so Sigma Gamma Rho. As you can see, this is the symbol, right? It's in Greek alphabets. So they have royal blue and gold. All right, it was founded 97 years ago. All right, so Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporation is a historically African-American Greek letter sorority. And it was founded on November 12, 1922 at Butler University in Indianapolis, Indiana, by 7 young educators. It was incorporated within the state of Indiana in December of 1922 and became a national collegiate sorority on December 30, 1929, when a charter was granted to the Alpha chapter. The sorority is a nonprofit whose aim is to enhance the quality of life within the community. Public service, leadership, development, and the education of youth are the hallmark of the organization's programs and activities. Founded in the midst of segregation, Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority is the only sorority of the four historically African-American National Pan-Hellenic Council sororities established at a predominantly white campus. Okay, so let's look up what is the National Pan-Hellenic Council mean. All right. So the National Pan-Hellenic Council is a collaborative umbrella organization composed of historically African American Greek letter fraternities and sororities. The non-NPHC organization are sometimes collectively referred to as Divine Nine. The member/partner organization have not formally adopted nor recommended the use of this term to describe the collaborative grouping. The NPHC was formed as a permanent organization on May 10, 1930, on the campus of Howard University in Washington, D.C., with Matthew W. Bullock as the active chairman and B. Bistritz Scott as vice chairman. The NPHC was incorporated under the laws of the state of Illinois in 1937 and is headquartered in Decatur, Georgia. That's interesting. All right, and it says the council promotes interaction through forums, meetings, and other media for the exchange of information and engages in cooperative programming and initiatives through various activities and functions. Each constituent member's organization determines its own strategic direction and program agenda. Today, the primary purpose and focus of member organizations remain camaraderie and academic excellence for its members and service to the communities they serve. Each promotes community awareness and action through educational, economic, and cultural service activities. All right. So let's go back to the history. So I just wanted to show you guys what the whole council is about. Okay. So the Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority Incorporation has over 100,000 members with more than 500 undergraduate and alumni chapters throughout the United States, Bermuda, the Bahamas, Canada, and Korea. Women may join through undergraduate chapters at a college or university or through an alumni chapter after earning a college degree. Sigma Gamma Rho also supports the two affiliates youth group of young women called the Rhos and the Philos, women who are friends of the sorority. Now, these are the founders, as you can see right here. Okay. These are the founders. Now, now let's go down into the founders of these organizations. Who was Mary Lou Allison Gardner Little? All right, she was raised by a family friend because both of her parents were killed when she was 3. Founder Little graduated from Short Ridge High School in 1915 and received a diploma from the Indianapolis Normal School in 1918. She began her teaching career immediately after graduation in 1928. Little moved to Los Angeles with her husband and finished her undergraduate training at UCLA. She taught in the Los Angeles school system until her retirement in 1967. The Mary Lou Allison Loving Cup Award is presented at each bulle to the chapter reporting the most successful program. All right, now who was Dorothy Hanley Whiteside? After graduating from Short Ridge High School, founder Whiteside entered the Indianapolis City Normal School in 1922 when in training as a cadet teacher. She met the teachers who became her best friends and founders of Sigma Gamma Rho. Miss Whiteside taught school until 1951 when she retired and later helped her husband to develop a business. She also started her own millinery business and worked with her church and various other organizations. After the death of her husband, she ran her business from 1955 until 1957 and returned to teaching in 1959, where she remained until her retirement in 1970. All right. And then here's Vivian Irene White Marbury. Founder Marbury was born on March 11, 1900. She attended Short Ridge High School and Indianapolis City Normal School. She earned her BS, which is her bachelor's degree, a bachelor's in science in education from Butler University in June of 1931, and her master's from Columbia University in New York City. She was awarded the Butler Medal, the highest alumni honor at Butler University. Her professional career included teaching at Morehouse College in Atlanta and serving as a director of practice training of teachers from Butler University and Indianapolis State University. She taught in the Indianapolis school system for 9 years. She organized public school 87, which grew from a 4-room portable school to 18 rooms and 24 teachers, where she was principal for 48 years until her retirement in 1967. She married in 1929 and is the mother of 2 children. Founder Marbury died on July 29, 2000. She was the last of the 7 to join Omega Rho. All right, so, and we'll go on to the next one, Nanny Megan Johnson. Founder Johnson was born on June 20 of 1904 in Indianapolis, Indiana. She received her bachelor's in science in 1932 and her master's in science in 1941 from Butler University. She started as a teacher in 1923 and was eventually promoted to principal of one of the largest elementary school in Indianapolis at the time. She was also very involved with many clubs and organizations dedicated to community service. Miss Johnson retired in 1966. And then they got Hattie Mae Annette Doolin Rufford. A cum laude graduate of South Bend Central High School, Founder Rufford continued her education to receive a Bachelor of Science from Indiana State Teachers College and a Master in Science from Butler University. She also studied at Western Reserve in Cleveland and Indiana University Extension. She taught 1 year in Terre Haute and 37 years in Indianapolis, Indiana. She was a Grand Apostolic Grand Tomochalis and financial consultant, and received various awards and honors from Sigma Gamma Rho. Plaques are awarded in Miss Rufford's name at each boule for exhibiting of chapter's achievement. All right, so, and then I got 2 more. Bessie Mae Downey Rose Martin. Founder Martin was born on July 12th of 1900, the youngest of 6 children. Miss Martin attended grade school in Indianapolis. She graduated from the Manual Training High School and the City Teachers Normal. She earned her Bachelor's of Science in Education from Butler University. In June of 1943, Miss Martin taught at Indianapolis Public School for over 25 years. She married twice and was a devoted wife and hardworking in school and the sorority. And Kubina McClure, all right, a graduate of Shortridge High School and the Indianapolis City Normal School. Founder McClure attended Western Reserve University in Cleveland, Ohio. She won the Gregg Scholarship, which she planned to use to attend Columbia University, but due to illness, she could not accept the scholarship. McClure was talented in art, and she helped to design the sorority pin. Miss McClure died very young on August 24th of 1924. All right, so that's the founders and their history. So as you can see, let's go down to membership. So the membership, talk about Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority, includes graduates and undergraduate women from a variety of fields. Membership in Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority is by invitation only. All right, so that means you have to be invited to be a part of the sorority. You can't just come up in there and say, hey, I want to join. They have to invite you. Somebody from that organization have to invite you to come in. That's how it works. All right, and then we're going to talk about the hazing incident, all right, because I got some articles that goes into that, okay? We're going to look at what hazing is, and we're going to talk more about that. Give me a second. All right. Oh, and I want to show you guys, this is the symbol right here, okay? All right, this is the Greek alphabet they use. Again, and it's in royal blue and gold. All right. Okay, let's go. So now, I'm going to get back to the hazing part, but let's talk about the members. All right, so the notable members they have Hetty Barnhill, who is a singer and dancer. Hattie McDaniel was in the sorority. Lee Chamberlain, okay. Mary D. Ella English, who was the producer on Jamie Foxx show, okay, and she's the actress. That older lady, the one that was married to the one that plays Aunt Helen, yeah. Anna Maria Harsford, Mother Love. Oh wow, Mother Love. Marilyn McCall and Tanya Lee Williams off of Young and the Restless. Yep. Okay, so let's go down. And then you got Vanessa Bell Armstrong. You got MC Light. I thought MC Light was a Delta. I didn't know she was a Sigma. I thought she was a Delta. Kelly Price, Martha Reeves, Martha and the Vandellas. All right. You got Leanne Lord, who is also in the sorority as well. Let's see who else we familiar with. Corinne Brown, Robin Kelly, who is the U.S. representative from Illinois, Democrat. U.S. representative Democrat from Florida. Okay. So many list of them. All right, then you got Renee Powell, Martiza Correa. All right, then you got Julia Davids. Wow, it's so many lists on here. It's a list of people. So as you can see, there's a lot of notable African-American women who are part of the Sigma Gamma Rho organization. All right. So you got the notes down here if you want to look into more, and you got the external link over here. Okay. So now I want to get into the topic about the hazing. Okay. So the reason why we got to talk about this is because hazing is a very serious issue. Okay. It's a very serious issue, especially within the fraternity and sorority. And universities, college campuses, they do not tolerate that at all. If it ever comes to their attention that there is any sort of activity going on regarding to that, these sororities or fraternity can be banned from the campus. They can be banned from pledging people, meaning that initiating people into the organization, and they can be banned from coming on the campus. Now, I know this because there was a fraternity organization when I was in college. I believe it was the Kappa. It was the Kappa. Yeah, the New Pay. That's what they call themselves. They got banned because of a hazing situation, and they was banned for several years. They could not come back on campus to pledge anyone. They couldn't even come on campus to do their little step. They couldn't do none of that. They were banned. And yes, you can get banned for a long period of time until the university or the dean say that it's okay for this group to come back. But until then, And see, also, there has been a lot of death regarding to hazing. Oh, yeah. We're going to get into that. As a matter of fact, let's look up what hazing is. Because let's talk about it. All right. So hazing in Greek letter organizations. Hazing in Greek letter organization is defined as any act or set of acts that constitutes hazing and occurs in connection to a fraternity or sorority. Hazing is often cited as one of the most harmful aspects of fraternities and sororities and poses a major threat to their existence, drawing great criticism from educators and administrators. As fraternities and sororities are very diverse in their structures, regulation, governing entities, and memberships, and as hazing can take on many forms, the issues of hazing within these organizations is complex and multifaceted. All right. Then it goes down to say, while most educational institutions include hazing in their disciplinary procedures, definition of hazing can vary substantially. The Fraternal Information and Programming Group defines hazing activity as any action taken or situation created intentionally, whether on or off fraternity premises, to produce mental or physical discomfort, embarrassment, harassment, or ridicule. Such activities may include, but are not limited to, the following: use of alcohol, paddling in any form. They drink. Paddling in any form, creation of excessive fatigue, physical or and psychological shocks, quests, treasure hunts, scavenger hunts, road trips, or any other such activities carried on outside or inside of the confines of the chapter house, wearing of public apparel which is conspicuous and not normally in good taste, engaging in public stunts and buffoonery, morally degrading or humiliating games and activities, and other activities which are consistent with academic achievement, fraternal law, ritual, or policy, or the regulation and policies of the educational institution, or applicable or biblical. Excuse me. Let me go back and read that again. Okay. The regulation policies of the educational institution or a biblical state law. All right. But I guarantee you they still do it. And there's some folks that ain't gonna tell it, but they still do it. They still probably be going around here making people drink alcohol and paddling them and all that shit. They ain't gonna tell it. I guarantee you. They still doing it. But anyways, hazing is a crime in 44 states. For example, the Arizona Revised Statutes provides the following definition. Hazing means any intentional, knowing, or reckless act committed by a student, whether individually or in concerning with other persons against or another student, and in which both of the following apply. The act was committed in the connection with an initiation into, an affiliation with, or the maintenance of membership in any organization that is affiliated with an educational institution. The act contributes to a substantial risk of potential physical injury, mental harm or degradation, or causes physical injury, mental harm, or personal degradation. All right, so to sum it all up, and if you want to look up more about hazing, you can do so, okay? You can find it here on Wiki1. To sum it all up, basically hazing is when you cause a person to do something against their own will. All right, do something that is very detrimental to them in their psyche, in their health, or anything that's considered to be out of character. All right. So again, there has been organization that has been known for doing this. Okay, and they still continue to do it, but it goes unnoticeable. Oh yeah, you didn't know they have a no snitching policy in these fraternity and sorority organization? Yeah, they do. They do. They just don't talk about it, but they do. Yeah, you best believe they still practicing some of that shit. That they can sit up here and pretend like they don't, but they still doing it. They know they doing it. Anyways, let's go ahead. Continue on. Now, let's look more into the hazingprevention.org. All right. Hazing and its consequence. Legal and disciplinary consequence of hazing. Individual schools, organizations, state, and local laws vary. However, the consequences for hazing can be severe. Individuals involved with hazing may be expelled from school, suspended from enrollment for a definite or indefinite period of time, and or face additional sanctions, which may include the college or university referring the case to outside law enforcement agency. That's how serious it is. All right. Students, organization, or athletic teams involved with hazing may be sanctioned by withholding of college university funds, suspension of the club status or charter for up to 4 years, disqualifying it for funds, space, or activity, forfeiture of games/meeting or agents, suspension from meeting or playing for the duration of the season, or disqualification from the recognition and awards. Legal actions up to and including jail time and fines, college discipline, suspension, or expulsion, membership, and organizational sanction. Impact on persons being hazed. The media is full of stories reporting one of the worst possible consequences of hazing: death. While death is the worst possible outcome, there are far more examples of less severe but still life-altering consequences. One study has shown that 71% of those who are hazed suffer from negative consequences. These consequences may include, but are not limited to, physical, emotional, and mental instability, sleep deprivation, loss of sense of control and empowerment, decline in grades and coursework, relationships with friends, significant others, and family suffer, post-traumatic stress syndrome, loss of respect for and interest in being part of the organization, erosion of trust within the group members, illness or hospitalization with additional effects on family and friends. Yep. So now I want to share an article. This came from Iowa State University, right? It's called DesMoinsRegister.com. It's a newspaper article. All right. So this happened in Des Moines, Iowa, at Iowa State University. All right, with a sorority. Let me close that out. All right. Let's go ahead and look at the article. It's called Iowa State University Sorority Placed on Probation for Hazing Incident. This happened on June 21st of 2019. Okay. All right, so here it is. A sorority at Iowa State University has been placed on probation for hazing. Sigma Gamma Rho was given a deferred suspension through May 9th of 2021 for hazing, violating university rules for student organization and disruption of rights, according to ISU's Office of Student Conduct. The group is still allowed to operate on campus, but the deferred suspension means further violation could result in suspension. Okay? It's unclear what hazing occurred, and a call to university was not immediately returned. Two sorority members of Sigma Gamma Rho told police they were harassed after reporting the hazing. All right. Now check this out. Ames Police Commander Jason Tootle said the student contacted his department April 21st of 2019. The two were at an event near campus when a quartet of fellow Sigma Gamma Rho members began aggressively yelling at them for informing the university about previous hazing. See, I told y'all they have their little no snitching policy, right? So they pretty much got mad with these individuals because they snitched on them. They told on what they was doing inside these organizations. And this happened at Iowa State University now. It sounds like it was a verbal confrontation and they all separated, went their own ways. Then we were called, Tudor said. The victim said this was the result of when they reported the hazing to Iowa State University several weeks earlier. And then it goes down and say Tutu said he did not know what the hazing report entailed. 4 Greek groups have been sanctioned for hazing since 2016, according to the university website. Tutu said no one was hurt and no charges was filed after the incident. 3 out of the 4 girls were the main one harassing them. He said officer talked to them by phone and told them to stay away from each other, and they agreed they would. And then goes on to say he said he's not sure if the victims in the dispute are still members of the sorority. A mess. Police works with the university when officers receive reports of hazing. Tutu said. He said privacy laws prevent police from knowing how many of these cases are resolved. If we would get hazing or harassment calls, we would take them very seriously. Tutu said, we work closely with the Students Conduct Office, and any information that relates to us, we share with them. All right. And see, that's the interface, okay? All right, so as you can see, that was a situation where some group of girls who were part of the sorority organization, they got confronted by another group of females for reporting an incident that happened previously. All right. But also I got another information and then I'll be done. Let's see something here. Okay. All right. This one comes from an article called Ethnic and Racial Studies. Black, Greek, and read all over. Newspaper coverage of African American fraternities and sororities. All right. This was published on May 14th of 2012. Okay. It was written by Matthew W. Higley and Marcia Hernandez. Okay. Black, Greek, and read all over. Newspaper coverage of African American fraternities and sorority. 1980 to 2009. Ethnic and Racial Studies. Okay. 36-2. I think that's the volume 36, or yeah, I think that's volume 36. Page 298 to 319. All right, and this is the website where it can be found right here. So let's go ahead. Yeah, that's right, volume 36, number 2. All right, so let's go ahead and read about it. All right, so the introduction, or let's look at the abstract. Moving out of the shadows of their secret roots, African American fraternities and sorority, or Black Greek-led organization, have recently witnessed an explosion of attention. From Hollywood depiction to academic scholarship, BGLO, which stands for Black Greek-led organization, formed and functioned in a world increasingly held as post-racial, is increasingly interrogated. Activists, members, and scholars commonly argue that BGLO suffer from a dearth of quality media representation. They are propelled into mainstream discourse only in relation to tales of violent hazing or coverage of stepping. Yet no empirical work to date has considered this topic. Moreover, given current theoretical debates over whether the one-sided framing or the fragmented state of racial media representation, we examine a random sample of the last 30 years of U.S. newspaper articles on BGLO. Now, again, BGLO stands for Black Greek-led organization. While finding our mix, we illuminate clear patterns that simultaneously constrain and enable the representation of BGLOs and African American civic participation. Okay, peace. Greetings to you guys in the chat room. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate that a lot. I hope you all having a wonderful day. I hope you all being safe out there. If you on your way to work, be safe. Have a good day. Thank you for coming in. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Julius. Thank you, guys. All right. Now let's look at the introduction right here. Oh, okay. So you belong to a fraternity organization, Anthony. Well, that's good. What fraternity organization are you a part of? If you don't mind sharing. All right. So let's look at in two separate hazing cases at university this year. Member of Sigma Gamma Rho, an African American sorority, have been charged with beating their pledges with wooden paddles. Courtney Howard says she was the victim of violent hazing by Sigma Gamma Rho Sorority at San Jose State University. She charged in a civil lawsuit that over a 3-week period in 2008, she was subjected to progressively more violent hazing. Ms. Howard claimed she was beaten with wooden paddles, wooden spoon, and threatened that snitches get stitches. What did I say? Let's continue. At Rugers, 6 members of Sigma Gamma Rho were arrested in January and charged with aggravated hazing, a felony, after a pledge reported that she had been struck 200 times over 7 days before she finally went to the hospital covered with welts and bloody bruises. Shame, oh shame. Now, I'm not going to read all of this, but I'm going to read enough. It says the above quotation appeared in the pages of the New York Times in October of 2010. It is not the first or last mainstream news story to recount the injury or death of someone attempting to join an African American fraternity or sorority or Black Greek letter organization. Such stories invoke strong responses from those who decry the senseless injuries or killing of a young college student to those who cry foul over a perception that BGLOs experience ultra negative coverage in the mainstream media. All right. So shout out to you, Anthony. You are alpha. All right, then. All right, my alpha brother. All right, Mr. Alpha. The founding impetus for BGLOs is intertwined with exclusion from white fraternities and sororities, outgrowth from Black literary and secret societies organizing in the Black church, Black World War I veterans, and the new Negro ethos of the Harlem Renaissance. All right, so, and it also here, as you can see in the quotation, in the parentheses, this is the name of the authors and the sources they used. All right. These foundations combine to provide a spirit of intellectualism, racial uplift, spirituality, discipline, and racial consciousness. Yet the BGLOs remain shrouded in secrecy and rumor. For some, the continued existence of BGLOs in the age of Obama seem adequate, right? For others, they are understood as little more than step show entertainers, agents of hazing, and educated gang. Hence, given the history of controlling images, whereby Blacks were portrayed as either entertainers or violent criminals, some hold that BGLOs are subject to narrow news coverage. Walter Kimbrough, author of the authoritative Black Greek 101, argues outside of a hazing incident, Black Greeks don't make the news. We have to use stepping as a vehicle to get a message out. All right. And this was cited in January 12th of 2007. Okay. This assumption begs the question, has recent mainstream media discourse examined BGLOs beyond hazing and stepping? And if so, what are the contours of that discourse? All right, let me see that. All right, so somebody put, just for the record, let me see this. Okay, just for the record, I've also been of the mind that we consider doing away with undergraduate chapters or tightening the grip on them. I mean, if you have to do what you got to do, then that's necessary because, again, if you don't, and I'm glad that you brought that up, Anthony, because if there's not enough people stepping in and to get on these individuals that's doing this craziness, then it's going to blow out of proportion, and then it's going to make the whole organization look bad. Not just that one chapter in that particular state or in the city, but every chapter throughout the nation, they'll look bad because this one chapter decides to do some fuckery, if you will, and want to take advantage of people and put people's lives in danger just so they can be part of an organization. So I understand where you come from, and if you got to do what you got to do, you got to step up. You got to put a tight grip on them. You got to give them some harsh consequences and let them know that, hey, if it continues like this, this is what's going to happen. And that's that. Because, I don't have anything against anybody that's in the sorority or the fraternity. I got some family members that are part of that as well. So I understand the concept of it because it's about brotherhood and sisterhood. Okay. And it's about being able to develop some form of strong coexistence and being able to cater to the focus of the community, to education, and to the campus and all that good stuff. I get that. But when you got certain people that just want to just do it on some gang banging shit, right? Then that group of people giving a bad reputation to the other groups out there and making them look bad and making them look horrible. And now these other individuals that's not doing it, they got to explain themselves and try to clear up their name so they won't get stereotyped or they won't be marginalized. And that's not fair. So again, I agree that there should be some strong disciplinary action from those who are in the Sigma Gamma Rho. Like if the Sigma Gamma Rho elders in the organization find out that these young females are doing things to other younger females, they need to take the initiative first and say, okay, you know what, we gonna handle this shit. We gonna deal with this. Those females right here, they can't pledge anybody anymore. They need to step to the side, go somewhere else. Or you have been demoted because you violated the code, you violated the rules. All right. Just like when they have the OGs checking the little homies, right? So the OG check the little homies and the little homies fuck up, then the OGs give him some serious consequences. Like, hey, this is what you get. If you out here fucking up, you doing this shit again, this is what you're gonna be dealing with. And that should be the same principle with these sorority and fraternities. So it's sad that it would have to go to somebody above them, right? Like the law enforcement or the university in order for that situation to be dealt with. But once again, I can guarantee that they're still doing it. There's still some hazing going on, but it's not on the news coverage. Or nobody is speaking on it. Or there's some individual that might not believe that they're being hazed. So I can guarantee, I still believe that they're still hazing people, but it's just not being put out there in the forefront. So, but other than that, with all that being said, once again, if you guys want to check out the source, you can on your own terms. You can see the website, Ethics and Racial Studies, Black, Greek, and Red all over newspaper coverage of African-American fraternities and sorority in 1980 to 2009. And this was written around 2013. So if you guys want to look it up, you're more than welcome to do so. You can do your own research, do whatever you got to do. That's on you. So I'm just here to present the information. Okay. So that's all today for about the history of the Sigma Gamma Rho. All right. So shout out to the sisters out there that are in the Sigma organization. Please be safe, play it safe, and don't be out here doing no stupid shit. We don't want to hear about you on no news. Be going right here trying to haze no damn body or trying to be up on somebody and all that other crazy shit. We don't want to hear that shit. All right. Cause I'm gonna have to come back and clown your ass. I'm just playing. But no, seriously, for real. Like, don't be going around here doing all that extra stuff. You want the young women to be a part of the organization. Show them, set the example, be a model, be a role model. Don't be belligerent, don't be immature about it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of girls who are looking for the rite of passage. They're looking for sisterhood, motherhood, because they didn't get that growing up. They didn't receive that. And they figured that being in a sorority organization would help them and would guide them the way and give them some form of network. So be that example, especially to you older chicks out there that's in it. Be that example. Be the role model that these young girls can look up to and say, you know what, I respect you, and I could come to you, I could talk to you about my problems, I could come to you for advice, I could come to you when I need network, all of that. That's what it's really all about. All right. Because we don't want to hear a whole bunch of hazing and somebody commit suicide or somebody done jump off the bridge because they've been violated and all that. It's too much of that going on. It's too much violation already going on out here with us black folks. We don't want to keep on hearing about the same old shit. All right. You know, the kids come there to have fun, get educated, and be able to network with each other. And we need that. We need to see more of that. So that way you guys can be on the mainstream and you guys can be recognized for the work that you're doing and not just be recognized for hazing. More positivity, less negativity. I'm going to say it again, more positivity, less negativity. All right. Anyways, with that being the case, I want to thank you all for tuning in. I want to thank you all for watching. So this your girl Tiffany, and I'm getting ready to call it a day. So if you also want to support what I'm doing on this channel, you can do so. As you can see, that's my Cash App information at the bottom, scrolling very slowly. Look how beautiful it's scrolling, very slowly. Zoop, 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 zoop. So yeah, that's the Cash App information if you would like to donate, if you like to contribute, and if you would like to come on the show one day and have a conversation about the topic that you want, please let me know. Reach out to me. You can reach out to me on YouTube. You can reach out to me on Facebook. My Facebook page is Tiffany French. And also I have an Instagram page, which is Tiffany French 1989. So please reach out to me if you want to have me on your platform or if you want to come on this platform and we have a discussion of the topic of your choice and be able to have an interaction. I can do that. I can arrange time for that. So let me know. I understand that you're right, Anthony. It's not older men and women that's hazing people. Right. It's younger people. Yes, exactly. Yes, it's the younger people that's doing it. That's why I'm saying that, you know, if you got the older or the elders of the sorority and the fraternity stepping in, they can control that situation before it get to the mainstream or get to the higher ups. But I agree with you. Going back to your initial point, somebody got to put a tight grip on these youngins. Somebody got to let them know, hey, you ain't finna do that. Like, that ain't how it going down. That we ain't finna tolerate that. Nah, bro. Oh, nah, sis. You ain't finna do that shit. Don't do it. Don't put yourself in that because you're going to get yourself fucked up. I mean, you ain't got to say it in the manner that I'm saying it, but, you know, you got to convey that point. You got to be stern with them. You know what I'm saying? To be fair, the exceptions are rare. More people try to be responsible than the few that aren't, while maintaining the tradition. Yeah, I mean, I know how hard it is. I could totally understand. I can understand how hard it is. Yeah, there are those who are very responsible people, but then when you got some that are very irresponsible and that's very ignorant and do the most belligerent things, then it can make everybody else look bad. Like there's a saying that a spoiled apple spoils a whole bunch. Yeah, one bad apple can spoil a whole bunch. So I understand. But all right. Thank you for coming in, and you have a good one. You be safe, all right? And everybody be safe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell. Make sure you share the video. Do whatever you got to do. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you all so much for coming through. I appreciate you for tuning in and watching, all right? So I'll reconnect with you guys later on another topic. So stay tuned, all right? Be on the lookout. With that being said, may peace and power elevation be to all of you. And it's your girl Tiffany. And if you're just coming in, right, you have to watch the video from the very beginning. Okay. The topic was about the Sigma Gamma Rho. So make sure you watch it from the very beginning if you're just coming in, if you're just tuning in. All right. Now I'm done talking. I'm about to leave out. So peace, be safe, and be alert at all times. All right. Stay knowledgeable on top of that. All right, then. Thank you.